When Jeremiah proposed to Belly, I was literally, my mouth was on the floor. The fact that they both came to that conclusion was actually very scary. I thought they were joking. I thought I misheard something when they were saying it. And I was like, oh my God. They were actually saying, will you marry me? And the funny thing is, I'm watching the TV show and I do not know how old these people are. So Jeremiah is finishing college university. So that means that he's what, like 23? 22, 23? If that means, would that mean that Belly has just started college? Or would she be, no, she's turning 21. In the episode, they talked about turning turning 21 for her 21 birthday. Okay. Well, my name is MJ. Welcome to my media nook where I talk about the things that I'm about and beyond. And I've been about this TV show, The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've been in love since the season 1, and so have millions of you. And this is going to be our after show where we talk about everything, all the issues, all the concepts, our feelings about the characters and the storyline and the plot. Right now, I do feel like it feels good. I think I like that. In the beginning, I thought, okay, I have so much thought. I'm sorry from the beginning. When I first started watching the TV show, it started off a bit slow and a bit clunky, but now that we're in it, it's good. And I do like the fact that we have this proposal to kind of push everybody's feelings in the storyline further. If we were watching them just navigating through college, I would have tapped out because it's really boring. I'm sorry. That first episode was really damn boring. Okay? Now, and this is also going to prepare my man, Conrad, to propose. So, we're loving it. As I usually do, I'm going to be talking about each and every character and how I feel and what's going on, what are the issues, and go from there. So, I watched episode 1, 2, and 3. My favorite one has to be episode 3. Only because it's kind of like chill, but it still propels the storyline further. We learn more about the characters. We learn more about Belly's best friend's mom and her storyline, which is, it looks like it's airing. Oh, seems like my window is open. I did not know my window is open. I was like, where is that coming from? My window's open. I honestly forgot what Belly's that's a lot of wind. If you're hearing wind, that's wind. The characters, I don't know why, but their character names are escaping me. So what you're hearing right now is a tippity tap tap of my phone, and I'm just gonna go and see if I can pull up everybody's cast and their names so it's easier for me. So it is Belly. Thank God I was naming her correctly. So I'm going to start off with Belly and what I think about each and every character. So far, I like Belly. But I'm not in love with Belly. It seems like Belly is really obsessed with men. Like, she's really obsessed with the guys that she's dating. And I do think she's also waiting for Conrad to come around, which I'll touch upon later on. I do not like Belly. Like, we do not know about Belly's interests. Like, she's going to Paris for what? Like, what is she in school for? We don't know. All she knows is that she's always intertwined with these boys, with the fishes. And let me tell you, that's great and all, but it should be one part of your college story, girl. But yeah, I would like to know about Belly and what her interests, what her likes and dislikes, and what she's studying in school, why she's going to Paris. I'm sure that would be an entire episode and all. I think that would be really good to see. But yeah, I mean, I don't like the fact that we're only learning about her relationships and not her as a person. Next is Jeremiah. Jeremiah is also in the same boat. He does not know who he is. The fact that he said in episode 2, which fried me, he said that in episode 2 that the best part of himself is another person. That I laughed so hard. That's a child right there. That's a child right there. Okay. That's a child right there. Because no grown adult would be like, the best part of themselves is another person. No. You need to get to know who you are as a human being. You need to get to know what makes you tick, your likes and dislikes. what motivates you? What's your passion? What's your purpose? And I think because of Jeremiah's mom's death in the second season, right? I forgot the name of the mom, but the Fisher's mom, because of their death, they're Jeremiah specifically, not really Conrad. That's my man. He a bit more matures. Jeremiah and Belly are chasing a feeling that is dead, right? They're chasing a feeling that had died with the Fisher's mom. And one day, that's thunderstorm now. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm filming next to a window. It's raining. And it's also, there's thunderstorms. Yeah, there's thunderstorms, which is pretty cool. But if you hear anything, that's what you hear in the background. That feeling died. I mean, the relationship that they had with the Fisher mom, with the boy's mom, it's dead. It really is. Now you can recreate it, or you can put that passion and put that, those feelings into something else, but you can't recreate it with somebody, right? That relationship and that feeling that I had with one person, because it was so unique with that one person, you can't create it. And I think that's what Jeremiah is doing. I think that's what that Belly is doing as well. It's partly what Belly is doing. I think Belly's with Jeremiah because she's honestly waiting for Conrad. Conrad is endgame, but the fact that Jeremiah chose her, said her, loved her, she's gonna also choose Jeremiah. But we all know from episode 3 now, and the way she looked at Conrad when Conrad walked into that memorial service for their mom, she's still in love with her. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Jeremiah's with Belly because Jeremiah's chasing a feeling. Conrad. I do think Conrad's emotions is interfering with his life, with his medical career, because I'm 32. I'm telling y'all right now, there's nothing in the world that will ever prevent me from becoming a doctor. If I went to medical school, finish medical school, enter residency, do my fellowship, there's nothing that will be in my way relationship wise from that. And again, these are all young people, so we have to put that in perspective. But at the same time, Conrad needs to focus on who he is and focus on what makes him happy and focus on bettering himself. Like, he got kicked out of a really prestigious clinic opportunity, like a medical clinic. He needs to figure out himself. And I understand he's still in love with Belly. There's a time for everything. I'm sorry. It's a time for everything. And it's like, for some reason, this his feeling that he has for Belly is really weighing him down and weighing his brain down and occupying his brain capacity. I get it, and you're in love with her, but if you're a man, grow some balls and go tell her your feelings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Belly did that for you. She gave you a chance to tell her exactly how you felt, and you chickened out and you left. So the ball is in your court, Conrad. The ball is in your court. Conrad is a good-looking dude. If you're asking, which one would I choose, Conrad or Jeremiah, of course, Conrad. Conrad's the type of guy I would date, actually, in real life, honestly. The guys that I have dated in real life. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Taylor and Steven. I think Taylor herself, she seems like a very, I think in season 1 and 2, we've seen Taylor be jealous, be envious, be in love, be confident. And I love how in season 3, Taylor is a bit more vulnerable. We're going to see a vulnerable side of Taylor, especially with this relationship with Steven. I think that's what Steven brings out of Taylor. Steven brings out the sides of herself that she doesn't allow to experience, and then he makes her a better person. And I do think that Taylor is afraid of the person that she can become, this amazing person that she can become with Steven. I know I just said, a person cannot complete you, but in this specific situation where I do think that Taylor and Steven have really explored one another as a person, and they really can better each other. I also do think that Taylor is way far in advance in terms of knowing who she is as a person. above Jeremiah and Belly. Even though she does sometimes think that she's not good enough for Jeremiah. We saw that in episode 2, right? She does not feel like she's good enough for Jeremiah. I don't know where she's getting that from. It's not from her mom. Her mom is super confident, but it could be from maybe a past rejection, a series of histories of past rejection and childhood trauma. But I am gonna say this, that they're both meant to be together. I think they're both afraid of what this great love could be, because Steven and Taylor are meant to be together. They are fireworks. They're passionate. Their love story is the one that I'm like, damn, that's steamy. Their love story is completely steamy and completely gorgeous. And we see in episode 3 that Steven is trying to back away and saying that, oh my God, I want to take a break. I don't know. I just don't know what Steven's feeling. I think Steven has, I don't know if he's given up. I don't know if he's angry. I don't know if he's tired of the relationship. But Taylor is in love with him and Steven's in love with him. They should, like, the whole scene, they were in the living room and he's trying to get up to go back to his bedroom, and Taylor's like, hey, do you want help? And he just stares at her longingly, like ain't that serious? Like, kiss her if you want to kiss her. Be with her if you want to be with her. Ain't that serious. I'm sorry. Life is too short. That's what I've learned. Life is too short. Okay. And I love, and again, like, Steven and Taylor are both type of people who are way advanced in, and figuring out who they are. Like, they don't need anything or need anyone. Like, they're so confident. They're so independent. They're so strong. And I love that for both of them. And that's why they make a really good match, because they bring, like, Taylor softens Steven and Steven softens Taylor in ways that they don't know. And I think that's why they're scared of getting together. They're scared of the relationship. They're scared of what this great love. Because I do think Steven and Taylor is the great love. Now we're going to get into Susanna. That's the Fisher's mom. Thank you. Now we're going to get into Laurel and her ex, which is John. I do think they're cute. I don't know why Laurel is afraid to get in a relationship with John. I don't know what's going on there. If there's sparks, again, like, be together. And I do think Belly has already clocked their relationship and their connected and their connectedness. And I don't know why they're backing away. I don't know why Laurel's backing away. And I think Laurel, again, is afraid of what could happen in the past for them, which is it didn't work out. Like, why try it again if it's not going to work out? If it would have worked out, it would have happened, and this would have, went ahead, years ago. Because, Belly is 21, right? It's 21 years of co-parenting. If things would have happened, they would have already happened. You know what I mean? But I do think that those two are some great love right there. Another relationship dynamic is Jeremiah and his father. I mean, I think the relationship that people have with their father, like even with my father, like it's a very interesting one, to say the least. And it's very relatable. The father wants the best for you. The father sometimes compares you to other children. The father is hard on you. But Jeremiah does seem to make really silly mistakes in school and silly mistakes in life that he should not be making. And I think that's what the father is coming from. Is that Conrad is a better child? Is just that, like, he just makes immature mistakes. And that's why, honestly, in my conclusion, I do think that Jeremiah is not good enough for Belly, because they both don't know who they shouldn't be getting married. I'm going to be flat out honest with y'all. They should not be getting married. Okay, they should not be getting married. But before I get into that, the relationship between Taylor and Taylor's mom, right? We got to see a new storyline. Taylor's mom is almost at the point of bankrupt for her business, and her ex-boyfriend had a play in that. And that's interesting to see, Taylor's background. We didn't get much to see Taylor's background in season 1 and 2. And see where their financial status, because it does seem like there's some of a hierarchy here. It does seem like the Fishers have a lot of money, and then you have Belly and Steven, and then you have Taylor. And it did seem like Taylor was a bit embarrassed when Taylor's mom, called Steven and asked him about help for his finances, because I'm sure Taylor didn't want anybody to know outside the family what the finances are for the family. So completely get that. And so honestly, it's good to see, Taylor's mom and Taylor's mom's, being there for Taylor. We really don't see their dynamic, and I think I love that we're seeing another layer to the season, which brings me back each and every week because I want to know more about that. I want to know about Steven and Taylor's relationship. I want to know more about all the different dynamics, and I like that. Now, on to Belly and Belly's great love. I do think Belly will be marrying Conrad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, that face. Let me show you the face. The face that Belly had when she saw Jeremiah. I'm sorry. Y'all can't tell me nothing. And y'all probably like, Team Jeremiah. This face. Do you see this face? This is the face of a woman who is still in love with another man. Looking longingly. Absolutely not. She would not be marrying Jeremiah. And I like Jeremiah. I do think Jeremiah needs to get his shit together. But our Belly needs a man. I do think she's not doing it on purpose, but again, she's gonna go with a guy who has chosen her, loved her, choose me, she's gonna go with the man who's choosing her, who's outwardly expressing their love to her. She's not gonna be waiting in the corner, waiting for her true love to eventually be ready, to be in love, to express their love, even though I do think that's what's happening. Belly is in a corner, the corner, i.e. Jeremiah, waiting for Conrad to say anything, say something. I do think Belly would crumble if Conrad is like, I'm in love with you, you cannot marry Jeremiah because I want to marry you. If that happened to me, it was the best day of my life. I'm sorry. Oh, best day of me life. Best day of me life. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think they're going to weather this storm. They announced to everybody that they're getting married and they want to get married. Like, I don't know why they're getting married. I agree with Laurel. If you really like each other, then move in together, get a pet. Like, why do you need to get married? Like, why now? It doesn't make any sense to me. However, in 2025, a lot of young people do get married. Some last, some don't. But I do think especially with Belly and Jeremiah, it just doesn't seem right for a lot of reasons, but mostly because they're not developed people as, like, they haven't developed their sense of person. They haven't developed their personhood. If Conrad came out of the woodwork saying he wants to get married, I'm like, okay, because Conrad knows who he is, knows what he likes, what he doesn't like. Same thing with Steven. If Steven's like, I want to marry Taylor, I'd be okay with that because they're both confident, independent people who know who they are. I can't say that for Belly and Jeremiah, With that being said, that is the first 3 episodes. The goal is for me to do this each and every week. We'll see, or every other week. Now we're going into the nook of my life. How is it going with me, you say? I'm doing good. These days I'm not I want to thrive, but instead I'm surviving. You know what I mean? There is no time for me to think about to be in a comfortable place. I feel like for you to thrive, you need to be in a place where you're happy and then grow from there. But I haven't gotten to that place where I'm happy. So I'm like trying to get to that comfort place where I can be able to thrive. I feel like I'm surviving. It's constant survival in every moment of my life. Like there's no end. I wish I can be at a place where I can be thriving. But I want to get to the place where I could do that. Other than that, I'm doing really well. I'm really into The Summer I Turned Pretty. I don't know what other TV shows are out right now. I think a lot of movies have been really good. I did watch the Superman movie. It was okay. There's one thing that North America will beat down to the ground, which is the Superman trope. they will make 150 different Superman movies before they cure world peace. Like, that is the world we live in. Like, we will see 100 different Superman or Batman remakes, but we won't see anybody cure hunger. That's how it is. That is our priority as a human race. Superman. It was okay. I understand, like, the political, the political point of view. I thought it was Iran, Russia, U.S., but it was actually, Israel, Gaza, U.S. I understood. Ooh, you saw that? You didn't see it, but I saw lightning, thunder. That was okay. I watched the F1 movie, waste of 2 hours. However, I had chicken fingers from a drive-in when I went to Oakville. It was really good. Not Oakville, I'm in Buffalo. What other movies I saw in theaters? I feel like I've seen a bunch of movies, but I haven't discussed a lot of them. I am excited to see I Know What You Did Last Summer. That movie just came out. That's good. But yeah, I think this is I'm in, like, my cottagey vibe. Like, I'm in my hydrangeas cottagey summer vibe. Like, that is the vibe of my summer. And hopefully, let me know of your vibe of the summer. Like, what are you vibing on the summer? What are your thoughts on The Summer I Turned Pretty? The first 3 episodes. What are your thoughts on the characters? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.